Most people sleep in. Not successful people though. They get up early and they've got a plan and they move with intention. That's what we do here every morning on the 5 a.m. Squat Club. The only pre-made follow-along morning routine that does it all for you. All you have to do is wake up early, press play. What are you waiting for? Let's go. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Squat Club. I'm Adam, and I've been coaching health and fitness for 25 years. We moved out to a farm about 4 years ago so that we could control our food better for our family. And as a result, I don't get into my gym super often. But I've still got goals, and I've realized that once I have kids, that's got to happen in the morning. So every morning I come down here, carve out the time. We start about 4:45, and we make progress. We warm up the bodies, prime the minds, and then take those steps towards making progress. We've got a fantastic session for you today. Beginner movements that can be scaled to any level, functional movements every day, and you're going to notice that if you follow along, you'll make progress. So step one here today, we're going to sit down in what we call our paleo chair, human chair, paleo squat, whatever you want, and we're going to prime our minds. So I like to use a counterbalance if necessary. If your hips are feeling a little bit tight, you might feel like you're going to fall backwards. So grab something and hold on to and just sit on down. This is the position that humans poop best in. It's the position that if you go out to, certain countries in the East, that this is how they go to the bathroom. They don't have toilets to sit on. They've got a porcelain hole in the ground. So what we do here is we prime our thoughts for the day. If I don't do this, I chase stimuli all day and I'm lost. And I think whatever comes into my head. So here we prime the thoughts. We start with I am responsible. And the idea here is it's reminding me that if I've got a goal, if I want to get somewhere in my life, it's up to me. Nobody's going to come and wake me up at 4:30. When I get up and I'm tired, nobody's going to say, hey, it's time, let's go. Successes, failures, it's all on me. I am responsible. Next is I will make time between stimulus and response. And that's so that the people around me don't get the worst version of me. They don't get snappy, reactive version. They get a thoughtful, patient response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. That one's for all of us, but it's a perfect reminder for me when making these videos or getting up early and doing this, that it doesn't need to be perfect. I just need to keep going. I need to take a step towards the end goal, 1% better every day. Progress over perfection. And then the last one is I choose gratitude. And personally, I have a tendency to see the things that need work, especially as a coach. I want to see the movement imperfections, and I want to see this so that we can work on them and correct them. But as a result, I tend to see the things that aren't right in my life instead of focusing on the positive. So I will choose gratitude so I can notice more and more of the positive and less of the negative. I am responsible. I will make time between stimulus and response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. And I choose gratitude. Let's get out of here. I have noticed with repetition of that slowly is becoming my default thought pattern. So keep doing it every day. It works. Next step here before we're going to get intensity is going to be our general warm-up. So there's a general warm-up coming up on the screen here, which you can follow along. Or you can jump into a different type of warm-up if you'd like. If you've got a machine that you like to use, whatever you'd like. We need to just get the body temperature up, lubricate the joints, and ideally get into positions, prime the positions that we're going to use today. So what I'm going to do is move through some hip flexor warm-up here in the form of knee raises first, followed by some good mornings. We're just hinging at the hip. Then I'll get in some just stationary alternating lunges, getting some blood flowing in the legs, followed by some burpees. Just walk it down, walk it up as we're getting warmed up, and then some squats. So we'll walk through that, and it's going to prep us for today's workout, which is going to be burpees and squats, but we'll talk about that in a minute. as we're moving through here in the warm-up, which you can just follow along, we can talk about the format here and talk about how I've actually many times in my life built a morning routine, and not unsuccessfully. I had a good solid one for 3 or 4 years before the pandemic, and then fell off, and now I'm rebuilding it. But I have experience with it, and I've had success with it before. This is just stepped up version of it. I think you hear often, in fancy videos about morning routines, that the things that you need to have included, and we'll talk about that a little bit because we've got them here. So first one is wake up early. And for us, there's precursors to that, because if you just get up early, if you're not going to bed early, you're going to struggle. And eventually, you're going to fall off because you won't be rested enough. So step one is go to bed early. I aim for, 9:30 p.m. is my non-negotiable time. And if I'm sleeping by then, I get 7 hours, which is not my ideal goal, but I think it's kind of a minimum that I can sustain. And I always try to get in bed before that. So number one, get to bed early enough that you get enough sleep that when you get up early, you're not going to crash and burn. Step two, once you get up, don't start scrolling. Don't start snoozing. Step one, don't snooze. And I'll get on that just for a second here because that's important. If you hit snooze, you lose. Right? The morning is your first opportunity to set your mindset. And if you've got a plan to get up and not press snooze and you fail that plan, right? You give up on it, you change your mind, you go into the day on a losing streak, on a mindset of, I can't stick to what I set my mind to. So don't press snooze, get up, only drink water, don't scroll on your phone, come down and get set, right? So start intentionally. And then from there, the things you hear are, you can hear journaling or reading or any kind of mindset work, priming yourself for getting your brain ready for the day. And that's what we do in our paleo chair there with our mental reps. Then the next thing you hear is movement or exercise. And we're warming up for that right now. And what we're going to do and what we do every morning is a little bit of intensity. We generally do 10 minutes. We alternate back and forth between two functional movements. And we bring up, the work level so that we get good intensity. With that, you get physical fitness, right? The body is going to get stronger, fitter, higher capacity. But at the same time, you get that clarity. When you finish a workout, you're not thinking about your daily tasks. You've got a moment of clarity. You're thinking about surviving. The thoughts flow smoothly. And then from there, you're most easily set up for doing your most important work, right? The morning routine isn't just about priming your body. It's about carving out time to reach your goals. So when we finish our workout every morning, we do our homework. We do what we call our homework, which is at least an hour of dedicated time to reach our goals. So this is the routine. Warm up is ready. Warm up is done. Let's start talking about today's workout. So 2 movements today. We're going to go with a squat and a burpee, choosing 2 functional movements here that cannot be avoided if you want to maintain capacity for your life. So the first one, the squat, is the 5 AM Squat Club. We're going to squat pretty often. Let's talk about technique here. I'm going to grab a initial scaling option here. So beginner option, if you are brand new to exercise, brand new to squatting, grab yourself a chair, and all you're going to do is set the feet at about shoulder width, take the hands out in front, set the hips back, make contact, stand. As you get better, don't put the weight down, just touch it and stand. As that becomes easy enough over time, take out the chair. What we're looking for in the squat are about feet about shoulder width. Same technique apply, arms out in front, hips back, and then as you sit down, you're aiming to keep the knees tracking in line with the feet. Ideally, hips come below the knees, and the whole foot stays planted on the floor. So, air squat, down and up, and as usual, we'll aim about 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest. You can make that harder by adding weight to it if you'd like, in the form of a kettlebell or a dumbbell or a barbell, whatever you'd like. Movement number 2 is the burpee. You're noticing we're using 2 movements here that we use every day in real life, and if you don't have capacity for them, you'll struggle. So the burpee is just get down on the floor, get back up. So I can walk down nice and slowly, walk back up nice and slowly, and celebrate. If I want, I could hop it down, hop it up. Probably not gonna go that fast. If the capacity is not there to get up off the floor yet, get yourself a bed or a bench or something that is higher than your floor that you can lay down on, and then get back up. And over time, as your capacity increases for doing that, bring your floor down eventually towards the floor. All right, so take a minute here. Get any gear set up that you need if you want to wait for the squats. I'm going to wear this old weight vest, because the idea here is that these workouts and these movements are scalable to any level. You can scale it up, you can scale it down. Functional movements are necessary for everybody. You just choose a level that you're at. So, if you haven't been here before, the way that this works is we're gonna do 2 movements alternating. I just mentioned that. 30 seconds about of work for each movement. Give me 2 seconds here. I'm just gonna put this on. Perfect. So the idea is that you get a little bit of rest built in, but it's not enough to kind of fully recover. And then by the end of the 10 minutes, you know, it's kind of building up as you go. This one's falling out. This is an old, you know what? Just toss it. This is an old weight vest, and it's seen better days. Okay. So if you have not yet, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, put a comment below on why you need to start your morning routine, or what day this is for you, or what your goals are for it. Okay, but so if as you're going along here you find that it is too easy, go for more than 30 seconds, you know, maybe 40, 20, 45, 15, whatever. If it's too hard, bring it back down. What I suggest is start too easy and work your way up over the 10 minutes, but that's up to you. I think we're good. This is gonna beat me up. I probably should have worn a shirt under this, but here we are. I don't have my timer here. Just give me a sec. All right, so we're gonna get started here. This is day 102 of the 5 AM Squat Club, maybe your day 1. We do this every day. So all you gotta do is show up. Let's get her started. Air squats, burpees. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, make a change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way.
All right, I'm gonna go with 15 on the first set of squats, and I may ramp that up as we go, depending on how bad the burpees feel. The burpees I might start with 5, 6. This is gonna be uncomfortable. 10 seconds. I'm able. 3, 2, 1.
They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't playing no games, I just do that's fact, and I don't feel no shame. It's a mood you lack, I go crazy.
Start with 7.
I ain't lazy, track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these shit I've been
This is gonna be a sweaty one today.
got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread
5,
with every word that I've
3,
said.
2, 1. There's 20. Five, 3, 2, 1.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, with the grind, I can change, in my mind, pick a lane, get up and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact, taking big swings, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the nightlight, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real big.
10. I'm breathing. 3, 2, 1.
They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact, and I don't feel no shame. It's a mood you lack, I go crazy. I ain't lazy, track after track, I work on this shit
Halfway.
daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you
It's a rough
can
one.
forget. I'm living
Real cardio.
every breath, I'd rather lead than be led.
5,
I'll fill the seats as I
3,
spread with every word
2,
that I've said.
Two more sets of each. 5, shoulders are burning. 3, 2, 1.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, make the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life,
20.
I never miss, that's fact, big swings, jam,
Dog, stop it.
go out
So much of it.
I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took a red pill. I know life's short,
Getting hard.
so I live real good. I'm
Breathe.
supposed to feel
5, 3, 2, 1.
They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't playing no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a major act. I go crazy, nah, I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death.
It's all over the place.
Be a legend instead.
One more of each.
Something you can forget. I'm living up every breath. I'd rather leave than be
We're driven.
I'll fill the seats as I
We are
step
driven.
with every word that I've said.
No. You stupid thing. Oh shoot. Last set of squats. Last burpees. 5. Stop it.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, hit the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, stand to the back, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, 'cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real good, how's it supposed to feel?
Good job. Take a minute. Catch your breath. Walk around, get some water.
They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't
Amazing work. What we'll do now is we'll take a minute per side in a stretch. We're gonna get into the hip flexor and quad. Stop it. Because those burpees and the squats both do that. So basically I'm getting into runner's lunge. Make people go. What I'm gonna do is reach that back leg back a little bit and then sink my hips down and forward just to get a little bit of a stretch in the front of the hip here. Sorry if you can't see it, this dog is licking all the sweat. So if this was your first time here, incredible, right? That's what it's gonna feel like most days. That's intensity, right? We're trying to get more work done in less time because that's what's gonna get you better results. We do functional movements because those are the ones we're gonna need in real life, and building capacity in those is gonna help us in our life, as opposed to doing a bunch of these. I wanna be fit, functional, and useful. So if this is your first time, or if it's not, you know that there's more to it if you're... So we've set ourselves up, right? Right now we've done the pre-work. We got up early, we didn't press snooze, we drank water, we primed our mind, we moved our body with intention and intensity. We just finished that. Now the mind is clear. We call this section moments of clarity, where you focus yourself. You get clear on where you're going, where you want to go. And you set your mind properly so that when you sit down and do this work, you're efficient and effective. You know, this time could be used for defining your goal, deciding where you want to be in 5-10 years from now, and breaking that goal down into the manageable daily actions, the daily steps that will get you there. I'm learning more and more that it's not about a mindset, it's not about a thought, it's not about a personality that achieves your goals. It's about doing the work. It's about, you know, having the understanding of the task to be able to break it down into its manageable chunks. And then it's just about doing the work. And that's the whole point here, is that you don't need to know if this is going to work, because it's going to. If you define your goal and you break down the steps to get there, there's no option but success if you do the steps. This is what I'm learning, is that, you know, we think that there's some magical formula or magical barrier that we can't get through to get to our goals. But the only thing that we're missing is consistency. If you do the steps towards your goals, if you do it consistently for 5 years and you don't get to your goals, you're doing it wrong. You know, you're swimming with your face down and never lifting up for clarification of direction. But if you're not doing that and you are iterating and you're paying attention to your goals, you're going to be there in 5 years. You're going to be there in 3 years, depending on what that goal is. All you need to do is break down into those steps. So what we're doing here in the morning, we're setting you up for success and then reminding you. So I do this every day. You can join me every day. We're live. It's so wet. We're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As I'm saying, all you need to do is show up and press play. Yes, you need to do the work with us, but you don't need to plan it. You don't even need the motivation. You just need to show up and you're going to go. And then you need to sit down and do the work. So every day you're going to be here, you're going to hear me saying this over and over again, because the repetition and the action in those bite-sized chunks, in those steps, are going to allow you to achieve your goal. I think I've said enough. I love you guys, especially if this is your first time. Congratulations. Now it's all about just creating that habit. Show up tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. We'll be here live. Once again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, live, 4 to 45. If you want to keep these up at 5 a.m., which is what I suggest, what you should do, follow a day behind. Right? Always stay one day behind so that you can do the lives and that you're never up at 5 without a video, because these get uploaded around 8:30 a.m. So if you want to do them at 5 a.m., which is once again what I suggest, follow one day behind and you'll always have one ready for you. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Find someone who can value, who will benefit. Let's go. Oh, she's a long one. Good morning. Let's see what we got. Oh, no sunrise yet. A little bit of light. All right, homework time. Go make progress. Have an amazing day, team.